Welcome back to Let's Play Thousand Arms. It's time to finally get on with the plot and everything, so let's see what's actually behind this door. You know, when you're not in date mode.
Who are you? How did you avoid being seen by Golda?
Maybe we didn't. Maybe it just knows that we're not bad.
Wow! She's so beautiful! An example of perfection. Right, Musa? Huh? Man, he froze up on us again.
Who are you, and what brings you here?
I'm sorry, we didn't mean to barge in without permission. We came looking for the sacred altar. Don't worry, we're not thieves.
Sacred altar?
Yes. My name is Mice, and I'm the last apprentice of Jabal, the great spirit blacksmith.
Jabal's last apprentice? Is Jabal with you?
No. He was killed by the Empire.
Is that so?
You know Jabal? Who are you?
My name is Natalia, the Jewel Master. Jabal and I used to train together. I have been hiding in this library because I feared the Empire would abuse my power.
I really like her theme, by the way, but then again, I'll tend to like pianos, and I'm interrupting at this particular point just because I want to mention that there's a bit of kind of translation weirdness going on with this scene. I'm not sure what exactly the translation should have been, but for the sake of clearing up confusion, let's just pretend Natalia, instead of saying the Empire, said the Clan of Darkness.
Jabal felt there are still those who can coexist with the spirit, so he left in search of them.
What is this Empire you talk of? We're fighting against the Dark Acolytes.
So, by that logic, Mice's line would be like, what is this Clan of Darkness you talk of? We are fighting against the Dark Acolytes.
I wonder if they're one and the same.
They do sound similar.
Mice, let me explain. Eons ago, the Master divided a flame from the heavens, the primordial flame, between the people of two lands. These people were called the Clan of the Light and the Clan of Darkness. The sacred altars were built by the Clan of the Light to protect their primordial flame. However, the Clan of Darkness abused the power of the primordial flame and destroyed themselves in the process. The Emperor of Dianova is the last surviving descendant of the Clan of Darkness. The Emperor seeks the holy flame of the light to rule the world. In order to do so, he's even become a machine. I assume that he's plotting to rule the world by using 5 flames of the light.
I was looking for something a little smaller. What the hell is that? What?
I've shown the great power of Dianova to these feeble humans.
Excellent. His Majesty will be very pleased. Now head for Miskatonia immediately.
Miskatonia? Oh, that woman from the Clan of the Light. She is no match for death, Crimson! It will be a piece of cake.
Yeah, he even did that creepy tongue thing. So yeah, Dianova's making its move, and they've just killed a bunch of people, actually. That's... yeah. We really need to put a stop to those guys. They're on their way to us. They're coming right to us, though, so I guess we don't have to worry too much about tracking them down. It's late. You may stay in the rooms upstairs. Good thing I did everything I wanted to do in Sharon, because there is not a Sharon anymore. What is the matter? The rooms are prepared upstairs. You must rest now. Like, as far as the translation thing I pointed out in that scene before, I guess... I mean, maybe that was right. Like, Mice is just really dense and is just like... Gee, I wonder if the empire you're talking about is possibly the same as the empire I'm talking about. I suppose that could be the case. I mean, he'd still have to be pretty dense even for my hypothesis of it being like Natalia was supposed to say Clan of Darkness and Weiss is supposed to say Dark Acolytes. Those are similar enough that it's pretty easy to make the connection right away with that too, so I don't know. At any rate, we're not gonna go right upstairs right away. I mean, we're gonna take our time and, you know, examine the bookshelves, because we can find friggin' 198 MP, which is pretty good. But also, we can learn a lot more plot stuff from... Oh, I thought the game stopped there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can learn a lot more plot stuff if we look over some books along the way up. Legend. There was the supreme being, Midios, or something, I guess. There was the supreme being Midios. He pitied the humans, who shivered from the cold, and he pitied the humans, who shivered from the cold and were threatened by beasts. He divided the primordial flame among the people of the two clans. This flame now dwells in everything, living and not. This flame is known as the elemental spirit. So yeah, we can find out how everything works in this world and what exactly is going on. This video is just going to be kind of calm aside from that one scene. We'll deal with Bearing and Death Crimson next time, I think. We can fill time with this stuff. About the Emperor. The Emperor is a member of the Clan of Darkness. He fled to the Land of Light, where we are now, with a handful of survivors from the Cataclysm. Although the survivors adapted to the Clan of the Light's lifestyle, the Emperor still clung on to his malevolent past. In the shadows, he quietly gathered strength. And formed Dianova. Gotta examine all these little spots. Elemental beasts. Long ago, the world was filled with the power of the elemental spirits. The spirits dwelled within everything in this world, and the ones with strong power and a will of their own were called the elemental beasts. But as time went by, the number of individuals who were able to draw out the power of the spirits decreased, and the existence of the elemental beasts were thus forgotten. Serving as sentries, the elemental beasts of the sacred altars were considered special among their kind. Their directive is to protect the sacred flame from those with evil intent. Like the Emperor of Dianova. Now what can we learn up here? It's really dark up here, it must be hard to read. About the Clan of Darkness. This clan was comprised of those who dwelled in the Land of Shadows. Like the Clan of Light, they lived in harmony with the spirits, but because of a weapon made by a dark blacksmith, these clanspeople became obsessed about power. Motivated by greed, these clanspeople devoted themselves to the forging of weaponry and were constantly at war. A distraught Midios, the Supreme Being, breathed longevity into the inextinguishable flame. Despite the cries of objection from the Clan of Darkness, Midios did not sway from his intentions. As a result, the Nation of Darkness involved themselves in a struggle to obtain the last remaining flame. So their sacred flame was supposed to never go out, but because, you know, God basically was not happy with their behavior, he made it so the flame was not eternal anymore. The Land of Darkness was ultimately destroyed at the hands of its own people. It is said that the flame still burns in the middle of the wasteland. Well, maybe I misinterpreted that, I don't know. Because it wouldn't still burn if it was not eternal, but eh. Well, maybe it's not that... Maybe it's eternal in its own right, but it can be used up. It can be depleted to the point where there's just none left, and maybe there's only a little bit left that still burns in the wasteland or something. I don't know. The Sacred Altar. The function of a sacred altar is to collect the dispersed elemental power and assemble them into a sacred flame. The sacred altars of this land, in fact, retain the portions of the primordial flame given by Mightios. So the sacred flames we've been collecting are really all just parts of the primordial flame. It's like the essence of, you know, life and the power, like elemental spirit and everything. The Master. Those who are able to communicate with spirits and imbue their power into objects are known as Masters. There are a variety of Masters, such as Dress Masters, Ship Masters, Katana Masters, and Jewel Masters. There are also Spirit Blacksmiths who are able to create anything from pots and knives to tools for other Masters. These include weapons like swords and warhammers. These Spirit Blacksmiths are known as Masters as well, but as the power of the spirits weakened over time, the number of Masters has declined significantly. That's the same book. I did not mean to read the same book again. I thought maybe I moved far enough away. Why must the text scroll so slowly? Alright. Anything else? No, I think that's all we've got to learn. So let's just come up here then. I guess we'll use the room next door. Night-night, everybody! And off the girls go to sleep in their own room. It's time to go to sleep. How often have I said this? What, really? Wasn't it 3 times? Ding ding, we have a winner! You receive the Elixir EX that I just picked up. Alright, Musa. Thanks, I guess. That was kind of random.
Musa must have gone out to get some fresh air.
Is that so? Well, at this point we can walk around a bit. Again, you know, in the middle of the night. The interesting thing, though, is that if you really don't care, you can just walk right back into this room as soon as you leave and go to sleep and skip all the extra stuff here. So I guess, like, if you've already seen all the scenes in this game and you just want to move on more quickly, you could do that. But, no, there's some stuff I want to take a look at and show you guys. So, no, I'm not sleepy yet. First off, let's talk to Soshi.
I was wondering, what motivates the Emperor? Natalia was saying that he is out to rule the world, but I'm not so sure. If he wants to rule the world, he could do it with the forces at his disposal.
That does seem to be kind of true, doesn't it?
I feel his real plan is something far more sinister.
Well, those of us who have been, you know, watching this game know what that plan is, but the characters that were, you know, mice and all that, they don't know what his plan is. Remember, Natalia said he's after the 5 holy flames.
Yes, the 5 holy flames of the light. What kind of power do they hold? I think you and I make a good team. Of course, it's a completely different story when it comes to girls.
More like rivals in that case, I assume?
The moon is so beautiful. I wouldn't mind admiring it forever.
And he'll just stay there and keep saying that if we keep talking to him, so... I don't know if you can actually go down these stairs. You apparently can. That's interesting, and I'm not quite sure why they actually let you do that. I don't imagine they let you leave, though. Like, if you go all the way down the stairs, it probably stops you. I'm not going to bother to check, though. Let's just go this way.
Hey, Nelsha, how do you feel about mice?
Oh, Mice is eavesdropping on this, too.
How How does Nelsha feel about mice? Of course Nelsha likes him.
No hesitation, huh? So Dina, what about you? You must like him too.
Please, Kylene, don't ask me such a silly question. What about you, then?
What, me? Okay, I'll tell you. I like Soshi because he's sorta attractive with his weird quirks. Musa's a wild guy, but I think I can turn to him when I'm in trouble. And Mice? He's so fun to be with. I can forget everything when I'm with him.
Nelsha likes them all.
I guess I like them all too. This may sound a little corny, but I'm glad to have met you guys. I really am. By the way, what do you want to do when all this is over?
Nelsha will finish her training as the dress master. Then, Nelsha will join the best brand name designers in the world. Her new brand will be called...
Wow, that sounds great! How about you, Sodina?
What about me?
How do you feel about mice?
Oh man, we've got an option here. Well, this is one of the few times where I think it's worth seeing both options, so I'll let it in real quick. What happens if you say, I've got to hear this?
Well,
Oops.
Oh, I was just passing by, and the door just kind of opened, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to barge in like this.
Hey, Mice! Sodina has something to tell you. Right, Sodina?
what? Oh, Well, tomorrow, we're going to the last sacred altar. So let's kick butt, Mice. Well, it's getting late. We should all go to sleep now. Good night, Mice.
Alright, now that we've seen that, I'm curious, but I shouldn't.
I feel that See?
Huh? What? I can't hear. What did she say?
That sounds great, Sodina, and for that wish to come true, we must defeat the Emperor.
Yes, and we'll do it together. We mustn't let anyone die.
Don't say such a thing. No one is going to die.
You're absolutely right, Nelsha. I'm sorry.
It'll be okay. We have Soshi, Musa, and Mice with us too. We can defeat the Emperor. And then we can get on with our lives.
I guess you're right. The guys will be with us. It's getting late. We should get some sleep now.
Yeah. We'll be okay. Between freaking the 7 of us, I don't think even, like, the Emperor and the last couple evil mechas are gonna stand much of a chance, especially since I'm over-leveled again. Haha. All the nice, you know, special attacks I've got, and just in general how powerful the characters have gotten. Yeah, we won't let anything happen. We won't lose any more people. We already lost Jabla at the start of the game. Now there's one more nice little scene after all of that stair climbing. Up here.
So, Musa, what's up?
How beautiful. Huh? Oh, the moon. Yes, the moon is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Well, actually, it's not the moon I was talking about. Weena, I like to talk about our past.
Our past?
Poor Musa.
Oh, you mean what has happened up until now? Yeah, a lot has happened. Like that time when the Langood broke, And we met Marion. She was weird. And I heard a rumor about the ghost town where the Damashi live, but I never thought it really existed. We couldn't have made it this far if we didn't work together. We've come a long way. Hey, Musa! We never finished that fight! You know, when you froze up? Yeah, you know, on the road to Hatoba. What happened to you?
I was, well, you know, you were,
I was what?
Oh, nothing. I wonder how your dad's doing.
What? Why are we talking about my old man now? You're not making any sense at all. I'm getting sleepy. See you in the morning.
Weena, there's something I want to tell you when the battle is over.
Okay then. You better not die.
Rather casually, she says that, but it's also a statement that makes a lot of sense.
Hey, mice. Good night.
If someone tells you they're gonna say something to you after this big, like, huge battle and everything, you certainly don't want them to die and you'll just, like, never know what they wanted to tell you. That would be terrible.
Mice! You were here? You didn't hear anything, did you?
I heard the whole thing. Sorry, man. He needs to work on his courage a bit. Maybe after the battle is done, though. Maybe then he'll be able to, you know, work up the nerve to say what he wants to say to Weena. So despite all the dating you can do, it's kind of like this game really does have specific pairs that are meant to be the actual couples, it seems like. I'm okay with that, really. Some games have changed the ending or, like, the results of things depending on how, like, which characters or, like, which girls liked you the most. Games that do stuff similar, not quite like this, not like... Like, I've played one game that didn't have literal dating in it, but it did have a bunch of girls, and they all liked you various amounts, and the ending actually changed depending on who liked you the most at the end. That's kind of cool and all, but I also don't mind them just... I also don't mind the, like, developers just telling a story that they want to tell and not feeling like they have to conform the ending to some kind of statistic like that, so... That said, that's all that there is to see for, you know, the night here and everything. I'm kind of surprised that they let you skip all of that, but at the same time it is kind of nice because that's a lot of stairs and walking you have to do, and if you've already seen it and aren't interested in seeing it again on a replay, it's kind of nice that you could just skip it. But now that we've seen everything, I'm so tired. Good night. Please insert disc 2. Please load the next video.